What 60s DIY tie-dye techniques can you try? Imagine a time when clothing was a canvas for self-expression and every piece told a story. The 60s were all about vibrant colors and bold patterns, especially with tie-dye. If you want to bring that era back with your own spin, there are some simple, fun techniques you can try at home. First up is the spiral or swirl pattern. You start with a damp cotton shirt, lay it flat, and put a finger or a stick in the center. Twist the fabric into a tight circle until it looks like a pie. Secure it with rubber bands radiating from the center, dividing it into wedge shapes. Then, apply different dye colors to each wedge for that iconic rainbow swirl. It's easy and creates a psychedelic effect perfect for bell-bottoms or t-shirts. Next is the accordion fold, which is great for striped or chevron designs. Fold the fabric back and forth in a fan shape, then secure with rubber bands at intervals. When you dye it, the folds will resist the dye, giving you neat stripes or zigzags. This method works well on jeans or scarves. The crumple or scrunch technique is another favorite. Wring out a damp piece of fabric, then scrunch it into a loose ball. Bind it with rubber bands or twine to hold the shape. When you apply dye randomly over the surface, it results in a mottled, organic look with lots of color blending. It's perfect for creating that free-spirited 60s vibe. For a bold look, try the bullseye pattern. Pinch the fabric at a point and pull it into a cone shape. Tie rubber bands down the cone at intervals, then dye each section in different colors. When you untie it, you'll see concentric circles that resemble a target. The striped or banding technique involves folding the fabric in straight lines and tying rubber bands at regular intervals. Dip or paint dye on the exposed sections, creating repeating bands of color with white lines where the bands resist the dye. This method is simple but striking. Lastly, the knot tie-dye is spontaneous and playful. Tie random knots tightly with rubber bands all over the fabric. When you dye it, the knotted areas stay mostly white or less saturated, giving you irregular white patterns that look handmade and fun. To get the best results, use 100% cotton or natural fibers, soak the fabric in a soda ash solution beforehand to help the dye bond better, and apply dye generously with squeeze bottles or by dipping sections into dye baths. Wrap the dyed fabric in plastic or seal it in a bag for 6 to 24 hours to let the colors set. Rinse thoroughly in cold water until the excess dye washes out, then wash separately before wearing. These techniques capture the lively spirit of the 60s and can turn plain clothing into wearable art. Experimenting with folding, twisting, and tying lets you create your own psychedelic designs that match the era's love for bold, colorful fashion and the iconic bell-bottoms and tie-dye styles.